Good morning. So today I'm going to have a go at making a cake mix, and I've chosen Betty Crocker Zesty Lemon Cake Mix. It's Easter, so I thought we'd give this a go. They're great to have in your cupboard. I don't normally use these because I bake from scratch, but I thought I'd give it a go. As you can tell, the date on this is not until next year, so it's absolutely fabulous to keep in your cupboard should you want a standby. So what I'm doing to start off with, because when I opened the packet I thought it's a bit lumpy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sieve it, to sieve all the lumps out, because I'm not sure, when beating it, you have to excuse me, I haven't got my cameraman today. As I was saying, I'm not sure that all the lumps are going to come out, so I thought I'd sieve it just to make sure. So you use 3 eggs. As you can tell, I've got 1 farm egg and 2 supermarket eggs, and I'm sure you can tell which is which. Okay, so I've beaten those in a jug. It also says you can use milk or water. I will use milk. And you can use melted butter or vegetable oil. I will be using vegetable oil. So let's get going. Okay, so I've popped my eggs into the sieved mixture. It was a little bit difficult to sieve. I've got a very fine metal sieve, and it wasn't as easy as flour or ice and sugar, I have to say, but I did it. As you can still see, it comes together, but it is actually a lot finer than it would be in the packet, which I think might give a better result. I'm now going to add my milk to the egg, and that is 180 millilitres. I'm now going to measure my oil. Okay, so I've added my milk and now my oil. Get every little last drop out. And then for this, I'm going to use my hand mixer. I'm going to use my Kitchenaid hand mixer. I've tried most of them over the years, to be fair, and some impressively I've managed to kill off after a couple of weeks. But I have to say, you get what you pay for, or what somebody else pays for, and it is far superior. Low noise at high speeds, consistent speed, smooth transition from speed, and yeah, I've just got to say, over all the years, and I must have been using a hand mixer for 50 years, then yeah, it is definitely the best I've ever used. So we're going to get all that mixed up, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so excuse the flickering, I don't know why we're flickering, why the light's flickering. So I've managed to mix it all up. With the whisking, I will say, whisk a little bit longer than you think you might need to. I find with these mixes, you can see the air bubbles coming up and popping, that the longer you mix it, the better it is. It really helps incorporate the dry into the wet ingredients within these mixes, I find. As I say, excuse my filming, I don't have my cameraman. Right, so I've also preheated my oven, and I've prepared my tins. They're already unprepared. I've greased and floured the sides and the bottom, and I've put a circle of baking parchment or greaseproof paper in the bottom. Again, that makes it so much easier to get it out. Just to grease your tin, if you're not unprepared your tin, if you're not familiar with that, what you do is just get a small amount of butter or margarine, whatever you've got, onto, I keep my butter papers for this because they're perfect, so I will keep a butter paper when I've finished using a block of butter, and take a small amount and rub liberally around your tin. When you've done that, when it's fully coated, you then take a very small amount of flour. I've used half a dessert spoon in each of these, and you tap it gently around your tin so it just sticks to the butter and coats your tin. And then when you've done that, you carefully place your circle of parchment paper or greaseproof in the bottom. Now then, to these I am going to add in equal amounts my mixture. What I do at the end is I weigh my tins to make sure that the mixture is evenly distributed between both tins, so you don't get one large sponge and one small sponge, because when you put them together that doesn't look very professional, doesn't look very good. And also if you go to halve them again, which I might do, depending on the rise I get on them, then you know it makes it really difficult to do this. So because obviously you're going to get four uneven sponges, which is no good to anybody. So what I'll do is when I'm ready to weigh, or when I've weighed them, I will show you again. Okay, so let's have a look at this. 584 for that one. Oh, and 585 for that one. I'm not going to bother about a gram between friends. So yeah, if you try and make sure they're more or less within the same ballpark, then should have an even rise on both, and when you pop them together it will look a lot more professional. And as I say, if you decide even to tort it, which is cut it into small slices and buttercream between, the slices you'll find will be a lot better. So now I'm just going to pop them in the oven. With me, I always put them in the centre of the oven, and I always cook one at a time. But obviously you know your oven, and yeah, so it's up to you what you do. But that's what I do. I find I get in this oven, which is the most expensive, I get an even bake. Okay, so my cakes are done. I've taken them out of the tins. I don't know if it's my tins, I use PME tins, but the sides are a lot darker. It shows up a lot darker on video than it is in the kitchen. It's not that dark, but it is a lot darker than I would normally do. I don't know, I've never used one of these mixes before. This is new to me. It smells very lemony, it's very light in the middle, as you can see, very soft. But the outside seems very dark. Not overbaked. I literally checked it until it was just done. As I say, I use PME tins. I'm not sure if it's that, or if you use a different tin it would bake lighter, I don't know. As you can see, fine on top. Just the sides are quite dark. Good job it's just for us. I certainly wouldn't, you know, give this to anybody or put this on display at all. But it's easy to do, I have to say. I've cut both of my cakes in half, and I'm going to layer them up. If I was doing this for somebody and I hadn't got time to rebake one from scratch, I probably would buttercream the sides. Because as I say, it isn't overbaked. It is literally just the way the cake has cooked, because the inside is superb. So I don't know. Betty Crocker, if you know, let me know. But anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm layering up. So I've made buttercream, again in my Kitchenaid, and I'm layering them up with buttercream layers. I might actually put a little bit of lemon curd in as well, just because I can. So yeah, so I will show you the finished results. Hi, I'm back as I promised with finished cake. As you can see, I don't know why, I mean, it looks a lot darker on video than it is really. Yeah, really dark at the sides. Inside is amazing, soft, lemony, and it tastes amazing. But I don't know why the outside is so dark. But then again, as I say, I've never used it before. The Betty Crocker Zesty Lemon Cake Mix. So I put buttercream and lemon curd between each layer, and I've cut each cake into two. And then I put buttercream on the top. I've done a lemon buttercream swirl with sprinkles. It's only for us, so it doesn't really matter. It was just literally a review and me having a go, because normally I bake from scratch. And looking at this, I'll continue to do so, but I'm sure it tastes amazing. Okay, so have a go, see how you get on. If you like this review and you like my content, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Have a lovely day.